Mojang has started working on 1.20 1.10, and it includes this cool new animation when you select hardcore. Ooh. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. Now that we know they're working on the next update after 1.21, we know the Tricky Trials update is finished, at least for Bedrock, and now we wait for the release date of this highly anticipated update, and this could come at any time, except I just had a thought. Would it make sense for the official release date and trailer to be revealed on the last day of Minecraft's birthday thing, day 15? Well, looking at previous years, they tend to release Minecraft updates in the first couple weeks of June, and when they do that, they announce it on the last Friday in May. That is when we got the release date for 1.19 and 1.20, and so if we look at this year, it could be it's the last Friday in May, that is next Friday by the way, 31st, but it could also be that given that there is a 15-year anniversary celebration running on, it could be a really cool announcement to round out the celebration of the past with a celebration of the future. It's something I think would be really great, and it's something I would look forward to a lot. By the way, if you haven't already seen, Minecraft is doing a lot of things for their anniversary, and one of these was that Minecraft is on sale. A lot of people immediately said they had to buy it, so I'm really glad, Rachel Burton, you got your hands on it. But some people like Glonk said, wait, they charge $40 for Minecraft now? That is so much more than any of us paid for it, and this is something you can confirm looking at the sale. They're all $19.99, but they used to be $40. How is it that Minecraft's cost $40 now? Well, the short answer is it sort of doesn't, even though most people will be paying that price, because the edition of the game that Minecraft leads you to that shows up first when you're trying to buy it is Minecraft Java and Bedrock Edition Deluxe Collection. This makes it sound like it's a collection of Java and Bedrock, which you might vaguely know are two editions you actually want. However, Java and Bedrock, just the game, will cost you $30, whereas the $40 edition is the deluxe one, which bundles in some marketplace content, some texture packs, some skin packs, some things to play around with, but only for the Bedrock version of the game. There are lots of people buying Minecraft just for the Java edition who will be getting those marketplace packs, and there are a lot of people who think they want Bedrock, who maybe buy both editions, and don't even realize there is a cheaper one because the store kind of shows you this one first. This is the same thing that they do with Minecraft Dungeons. If you try to search for Dungeons on any store, it will show you the Ultimate Edition first, which costs double as much, and then the third option down is Minecraft Dungeons itself. This is something that I think the Minecraft website is filled with more and more and more. Stuff like, oh yeah, the Java and Bedrock comparison shows you how Bedrock has all of these features that Java doesn't, but then if you look closer, it's like, yeah, the Minecraft Marketplace, the Marketplace Pass, downloadable content, and Realms Plus, which is all effectively the same feature, is listed as 4 ticks in the side of Bedrock, whereas a lot of Java's things are left out of this table to make it seem like Bedrock is the one you want to play. I don't know, I feel like Microsoft are maybe sticking their fingers a little too deep in trying to influence people one way or the other. If you have a better product, then people will pay for it, is the opinion that they should take as a capitalist company. But I don't know, with that said, I think something else that's important is Corp Zero's comment saying, add new vanilla things to the game? No, that is less than making a new solitaire game, which, fun fact, is true. You can play Minecraft Solitaire right now. The Solitaire that's built into Windows just has a Minecraft theme, and you can also play Minecraft Mahjong. This one looks so silly to me. But what was also fun is, as part of day 9 of the celebrations, a couple of days ago, they also introduced a Forza character skin, which has a creeper head. I think this is really silly. Microsoft are taking all of their games and all of their things and giving them a little bit of a Minecraft theme, which is great. However, I think the greatest thing of all is none of these character customization items, which, by the way, there are a couple of new ones. What I think would be much greater is that 1.21 Tricky Trials release date, which I really do believe now is happening next Friday at the latest, but next Wednesday seems much more likely as the end to the 15 days celebration for the 15 years of Minecraft. And yeah, honestly, we all know the release date within a couple of weeks. We know it's going to be somewhere between June 4th and June 14th, but what we don't know is what the trailer's going to look like, which I'm excited for, as well as learning the exact date. That is going to be something fun. Yeah, something else that is fun about 1.21 is the fact that there are some things you should do if you have a long-term world now rather than later. I make this video every year, and I made it for 1.21. A lot of people did enjoy it, but I want to quickly just correct something that I got from a comment, because I mentioned as the very first thing in that video that 10 years ago, when they updated the golden apple to go from being made from nuggets to being made from ingots, I crafted a bunch before the recipe got 9 times more expensive, and confusingly, Agent Zapdos4960 says I turned all 5 stacks of apples I had into golden apples, and this isn't the only comment on that video saying, oh, thank God, Toycat, you let us know. I want to make it clear right now, the golden apple recipe isn't changing, or it is changing, but it changed in 2013. You are well past the date where you are going to see benefit from that. Instead, you'd be better off mining some tuff or getting some honeycomb, because you might want to wax some stuff after the update, or getting the wax on wax off achievement, which is getting harder. These are the things you should be focusing on. Speaking of focusing on, I think something weird that Microsoft hasn't focused on is tutorial worlds, because as Muscleman4271 says, they have to bring back tutorial maps. They were too good to be left in the dust. This is the weird thing. Microsoft made the Bedrock edition of the game. They made it the version which is to be played by people getting into Minecraft for the first time. A lot of those people are young or playing on phones or tablets, but they do not have a tutorial world, and this is such a weird decision. They played around with the idea a little bit, but they never really committed to it, and I think this is a big mistake, because what Minecraft is doing right now as an alternative to the tutorial world, this is the dumbest promotion for Microsoft Copilot, but just give this a look.
Hey, Copilot, how's it going?
Hey, it looks like you're about to dive into some Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make a sword.
To craft a sword, you'll need some materials. Can you open your inventory? Just press E on your keyboard. You've got some sticks, perfect for the sword's handle, but it looks like you're missing the material for the blade. Let's start by gathering some wood or stone. Shall we head out and find some resources?
Yeah, that sounds great.
This is so much slower than Googling it, and also it's so much slower than using the recipe book, which they literally show is right there, by the way, and also none of this would be necessary if there was just a tutorial world. Minecraft, what are you doing? Why are you going through so much effort just to avoid doing something which has been a proven formula to teach people about the game? It's not just been done in Minecraft successfully before, it's what every other game does to teach you, and I guess maybe I should just be grateful. You know, if it weren't for Mojang not giving people a tutorial that actually worked, then maybe fewer people would search up the big update questions, which by the way is going to be next Saturday. We're going to skip the Q&A for a week, and there's going to be at least 4 videos going up next Saturday answering some of your big questions about 1.21. We've got the first thumbnail done, and I think it's really cool looking personally, and yeah, this has been a huge amount of work to do. Releasing 4 or 5 videos a day like we did back in the old days in 2015 is much harder with modern YouTube standards, but it is something that I think we pulled together to get done, and I think I'm really excited for everyone to see it. On June the 1st, next Saturday, it's going to be crazy, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Speaking of staying tuned, Lucas Mathias 1570 says, I've said this so many times before, but I think that the trial chambers should generate in strongholds. I think it's a massive missed opportunity, and I actually agree with this one. I think that the best thing about the trial chambers and the beauty of this giant structure, the biggest and most intricate one Minecraft has ever crafted, is they've got lots of systems which they could take and apply to other parts of the game. And so take the vaults, for example. You could have some vaults hanging out around a stronghold, and these could be opened with eye offenders to give you great loot to prepare for the dragon, or you could go the other way. You could have trial spawners around which give you keys for these vaults, and those vaults could give you those same eye offenders. We know for a fact that a single digit but a single digit really is how you should pronounce that word though, right? But a single digit number of people who play Minecraft have actually beaten Minecraft, and single digit % of them have even been to the end in survival. So what if you made getting there easier by getting eye offenders from the stronghold? It wouldn't affect the speedrunning game too much because they're already in the low minutes, but it would be really, really fun if going to a stronghold could be part of going to the end as opposed to the thing you do after you've already done all the preparing. I think that'd be great personally, and I agree, Lucas. What a good idea. Speaking of good ideas, that's the opposite of what this next comment from Mufamatic is. Bro's clearly never done those 12+ hour drives. An hour is a short drive. Like, in my opinion, I drive an hour to go see someone, and then that's an hour back too, from an American. And that is something that I think is one of the craziest bits of culture that can get into you, because a 12+ hour drive is something you should never ever want to do. You should be going all the way out of your way to avoid one of those, because that is saying, what if you took an entire day of your life? You have a limited number of days, it's in the low tens of thousands. What if you took one of those days and just gave it up entirely so you could be somewhere else and also not have too much fun on the way, because you have to be sat in a particular position. You can't zone out too much from the road. You can't use your phone. You can't play games. You just have to sit there and stare at the road as it goes by and goes by and goes by, and maybe the scenery changes every few hours. That to me sounds like a personalized version of hell, and I do understand how, like, yeah, if you drive 20 minutes to get everywhere because driving is your main form of transport, then what's the big deal about driving an extra 20 or 40 minutes to go somewhere if you want to be there? But that really starts to add up into your life, and I think that is the biggest pain about driving, that you don't realize once you're into it enough is like, yeah, this is taking time from my life that I could otherwise be using to engage, to learn, to improve, to just enjoy myself, and I have to be staring at a road and looking out for green lights, watching, doing all these dumb things that you don't actually want to be doing, right? And so yeah, the only true winner, the reason people do this all the time, is the freedom of the car. But I think that any form of transport that someone else is driving is usually going to be better, and I think that's why if self-driving cars were true, you could have both worlds at the same time. You could get your sleep done at the same time as doing one of those drives. But in the current day, it seems wild to me that anyone would be excited to do that. But you know, different cultures, different lives. Some people are crazy. Speaking of crazy, Jake Riley has been subscribed for 8 years now. The comment says, says I think I've been subscribed for 9 years, but I just wanted to show off another one of these. But this is fun because they got the triple badge, they've got the desert well, which means they've been a member for at least 3 years, they've got the heart badge, which means they've had more than the average number of hearts on this channel, and then they've got the 8-year subscription. Thank you for being subscribed so long. I love seeing regulars. It is one of the few things that reminds me that this isn't just a temporary void that we exist in for a few days or months at a time. And thank you to everyone who is subscribed and makes that happen. Speaking of being subscribed, oh man, I haven't watched Toy Cat in a while, and I was really expecting a future of this series. This is, of course, in response to my Ultra Flat, which might have had an issue. So I'm gonna just tower through you. No! Oh! Wow! Whoopsie. Speaking of mistakes, SnitchClips005 says they really like these challenge video highlights. Cool challenge idea too, but instead of doing the same challenge, do something different. How about living in the Nether exclusively in hardcore? I wonder how you'd go about spawn-proofing your base. Doing a Nether-only challenge is one of the things I've wanted to do for a while. It is one of the most underrated Minecraft challenges, but the end goal of it, the most valuable item you can get, is a respawn anchor. And do you really need that in hardcore? Sadly not, because dying in the Nether counts as dying in real life or something like that. And so I would love the idea of spawn-proofing an area in the same way you turn a flat world into a giant path of dirt to get rid of all the to make sure that no mobs spawn. It'd be cool to do something like that with the Nether and kind of conquer it. That would be incredibly cool. But at the exact same time, I do have to say that it's not necessarily going to be my next challenge. My next definite challenge is going to be beating Minecraft with only 1.21 features. And then after that, I think, obviously we'll do some streams for the One Chunk Challenge. And then after that, we'll decide either based on the video about the Ultra Flat getting 5,000 likes, we might have to do that. Or we'll pick another challenge that will also be smart and technical and give me room for progression. That is my goal. That is my aim. And let's see if we work towards it. Speaking of moving towards it, I want to do a quick PSA. This is from Evan Majil 9114. I didn't realize till I read this comment, but the stone cutter gives you 4 copper blocks for every 1 regular block you put in there, so 4 cut coppers for 1 regular copper. But if you use a crafting table, you get 4 to 4. This means that the stone cutter is not just 4 times more efficient, but because it also gives you more efficient stairs. Any stone block that you put in a stone cutter, you get 1 stair per 1 block, as opposed to 4 stairs per 6 blocks. So you get an efficiency rate that is about 6 times when turning 1 copper block into 6 cut copper stairs, or rather into 4 cut copper stairs, as opposed to usually you'd get 0.75. It is so efficient, you need to be using it. Have a stone cutter in your base, seriously, wherever you are. And honestly, I had a fun project where I was going to place a bunch of beds around my world. I think I'm going to place stone cutters all over my Minecraft world, because I think they're that damn useful. And so if you don't have at least a couple in your world, change that right now. PSA, the stone cutter is awesome. And speaking of awesome, you have been awesome for staying with this Q&A. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that you've been enjoying this run up to 1.21. I'm actually about to go on a hike because of that, because obviously in this lead up, I want to make sure that I get the information out there and hopefully help people with the important things about the update. That's why we're doing big update questions next week. But also I want to make sure that I stay on top of my health, because as soon as the update's out, I'm going to be playing unhealthy numbers of hours, streaming a lot of those too, and I just want to make sure that we get a lead on things first. So myself and Harrison, we're going climbing to the top of the Peak District, and as you watch this video, hopefully we didn't fall down it. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that I see you next time. Goodbye.